Good morning, class. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and safe. So, class 7th, your chapter number 4, moving ahead with class ES3. Last, we completed the topic in your video class, recalling Adobe Flash ES3 interface to setting the text properties. Now, today we are going to complete this topic, the layers topic, about a layers to fill shape 20. So let's start this topic, class 7. So student, the layers. So a scene may contain several layers in it. So layers are like the transparent sheets stacked on the top of each other. We can rearrange the order of layers to set the order of objects in the movie. So which object should appear first, top layer, and which object should appear later, bottom layers. So we can draw objects on one layer without affecting the object on other layers. So when a document opens, it contains only one layer by default. So we can, however, add as many layers to the timeline as required. So the layer section of the timeline contains the option button to insert, lock, hide or delete a layer. So in this layer option dialog box, you will see a click here to show, hide a select option available in your layers part. Then click here to lock and unlock selected layer. Then click here to insert a new layer. You can click a new layer in help of insert in here. Now click to insert a motion guide layer is part. Then drag a layer into this trash box to delete it. You can also drag the layers one over the other to change their order. Then the frames and keyframes, students. So a layer is made up of many frames. These frames appear to the right of the layers in the form of small rectangular boxes separated by lines known as the frame line. So each frame can contain a single image in a sequence of images that when played together create the illusion of motion animation. So keyframe, layers, blank keyframe, a layer and its frame on a timeline part in a frames and keyframe parts. Then every fifth frame has a light gray will fill and is marked with the frame numbers 5, 10 and so on. So if frame 1 has a black dot mentioned over it indicating that it is a keyframe and contains an image in it. After a keyframe is a frame that contains a key image in the animation where an object begins or ending an action like moving, changing shape, fading, spinning and so on a part of a frames and keyframe. Then student, remember point, it's your blank keyframe is marked by a white or hollow dot. So indicating that is empty and a key image is yet to be drawn in it. So this is a frames and keyframe. It's a layer is made up of many frames. So next student, in this class, inserting frames and keyframes. So while creating an animation, we need to frequently insert frames and keyframe in your chapter. So insert a frame. Firstly click on the frame to left of which you want to insert a frame. Then click on insert timeline frame. So your frame will get inserted to the left side of the selected frame. After to insert a keyframe or a blank keyframe. So click on insert timeline keyframe. Then press F6 key to insert a keyframe. Then click on insert timeline blank keyframe. The blank keyframe will get inserted. Same as it is to insert a multiple frames, to delete frames and keyframes. Apply all these steps here. So insert multiple frames. To select as many frames as you want to insert by clicking at a frame and then dragging in the mouse. After right click on the selected frame and from the shortcut menu select the insert frame option appear. Then delete frames and keyframe. To delete a frames or keyframe, right click on it and from the shortcut menu select the remove frame or a clear keyframe options as required. Now it's your first creating a motion to an animation. So this is the animation part of a flash. In motion to we define a position, size and rotation for any object in one keyframe and the change so the features in another keyframe. So this is the first animation tool. So in your motion to in animation to inserting those steps are, student, open a new flash document and create a scenery in its first keyframe. Then select frame 2 and drag the mouse to select frames up to frame 20. Then click on insert timeline frame. then to fill frames up to frame 20 with the scenery. After, you can apply all this step here to creating a motion twin animation. Now second animation is your shape twinning. So shape twin animation, in your last class we already learned the shape twinning animation by the following steps. So open a new Flash document. In the first keyframe, draw a star. Using polyester tool, you can draw any shape in shape twinning animation with the help of a Flash, and then right click in 20 frames, select the insert blank keyframe option from the shortcut menu. After, draw a shape of the sun using the oval tool and the brush tool. Using a oval tool and the brush tool. Then click anywhere between the two keyframes in the property inspector. Then select the shape option from the twin box. A green color and an arrow will appear pointing from keyframe 1 to 20 and indicating that the shape twin has been successfully created. After, play the movie by clicking at Ctrl plus play key. So this is the two parts of the animation. First, motion twin animation, second is shape twinning. So students, let's go through and revise all this topic in a Flash document. And last, students, see this extension part of your Flash document .swf small web file, then .fla Flash application, then .flv Flash video, .swd small web temporalize, .spl splash, .avi audio video interleave, then .gif graphic interface format. And this is your first screen, your Flash. You can see in this bottom screen of a window part area, and tools box appears, frames and keyframe also available in your Flash player, media player. And last, you can see this is a tool box of Flash window. So in your chapter first is your Flash CS3. You can see a tool. First is a arrow, then line, pen, oval, pencil, ink bottle, eyedropper, tool, hand, tool modifier, sub-selection, lasso, text, rectangle, brush, paint, bucket, eraser, zoom, stroke, color, and last filter. So this is a tool part of a Flash CS3. So students, just go through and revise all this topic in your chapter.